Hey guys, Crypto Hustler 101, your guide to cryptocurrency. Today we're going to be talking about how to upgrade your apostles breeding with resources. Be sure to follow EvolutionLand at evolution_land. So we're going to be showing you guys how to upgrade your apostles using resources. And at some point you will be able to utilize those specific apostles to breed with other apostles without having to use more resources. So this has been a question with the community on how to get apostles with level 3 resources and how to keep breeding them without having to add more resources because it is very costly. So at this time, before the liquidity is fully introduced on Eden, we're able to upgrade or breed our apostles without using resources. Or when we do have our liquidity pool fully developed, like on Dawning, we will have to use resources to upgrade our apostles. So I will cover everything here so that way you guys will know how to add resources to your apostles. This is mostly randomized, so some of this information can be completely different for you depending on your breeding. So I will just let you guys know how my breeding is, and maybe you guys can take this information and utilize it. So take this with a grain of salt, as well as use that as an example for yourself so you can save yourself some time, energy, and some resources. So anyways, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you some of these apostles. So here's some with the missing resource. And here's one with one resource missing to make it completely 3 level, which for me is okay. So how I breed these to have all these resources, first I start off with an apostle that doesn't have any resources. Okay, this is the best way to do it. Is you start out with an apostle that has no resources, that has a faster fertility, right? Because you want faster results. So, being said, is that we start off with an apostle with only one resource. So I will show you guys. It's going to be kind of hard because I've been mostly focusing on most resources. So let's see. Show you guys. You can notice most of these don't have any resources because that's the best way to get the best results. So if I show you, if I started with one with 3 fire, well, it started off with either nothing or 1 resource. So what I usually do is I take, say I took another apostle with 1 resource of fire, and then I take another apostle with no resources. Then I upgrade that the apostle when I breed with a level 3 fire resource. So that's 15 resources. So in some cases, not every case, I'm able to introduce those 15 resources into the next apostle when I breed them. Then the results tend to be a level 3 of that resource. This result is never for sure, but in my ability of breeding, this does happen often. So what I do from there is I breed it again with another apostle. So there's multiple ways to go about it. You can breed another apostle with a, say, different resource. Say they have gold, but they have a level 1 gold. So I do is I breed. There's actually multiple ways. So you can either breed your apostle to them, add no resource, because at this time you don't need to add resources. Then they will introduce the next breed with, if it's 3 fire, it will be 3 fire and 1 gold resource on the next apostle when it's bred. I hope this makes sense. I'll try to make some most sense to this. You could also do is the apostle you're breeding with is it has no resources, right? And the one you are wanting to breed it with has, say, the fire resource. There's 3 of them, right? but you want to introduce gold resource. So you attach 15 gold resources for to get to level 3. This doesn't always occur. Sometimes you end up with a level 2. Sometimes you end up with that resource only, right? Sometimes the fire resource disappears completely. So you may only have a level 3 gold. So sometimes your other resource disappears and it doesn't carry. So when this happens, in the best case scenario, I usually do is I introduce the opposite resource. So if this is fire and I want to introduce gold, make sure that the other apostle has one level 1 gold, and then add 15 gold for a level 3 resource. In most cases, this will work, but it is not guaranteed. If you do it from a apostle with no resources, and then you already have a level 3 resource in the first apostle, and you're trying to introduce a level 3 gold resource, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So it's all randomized. And so, but if you're trying to introduce all the resources at once, okay, so once you accomplish getting up to the point of where you're at, because you pretty much do the same thing. Say you want the fire resource here, you can attach 15 resources when you're breeding with another apostle that has no resources. That's the best result. Is when you get to this point, they don't make sure. Yeah, either they have one of one resource, and then attach a level 3 of that resource you want to introduce. It will bring it up in some cases to a level 3, so that way it will carry all the other resources that you already introduced. Say you wanted all these resources, gold, wood, HHO, and SIOO. You wanted that to carry over to when you breed, and then you also introduce fire resource. So if they have one fire resource and then you attach 3, in some cases it will carry over, right? And if they have none and then you introduce a level 3 fire, then that is also very possible too. So those two scenarios are very possible, but are not guaranteed, right? But once you get to the point where you have pretty much all the resources, say if there's only one missing on a level 2 and all of them are level 3, you could just start breeding them with apostle with no resources. Okay, so in most cases you'll introduce all the resources. Say I didn't attach any fire, so I've been doing is just breeding with no other resources introduced, and then it just carries everything over, right? So so just in most of these cases it carries all of them. Of course, some of these are not fully upgraded, but that's okay. I'm fine with the results. But once you have all the level 3 resources, you want to just breed into an apostle with no resources, because you get the best results when they have no resources, because it's not conflicting, right? And also you'll be able to kind of control which resources are introduced. So in most cases, this will work. Once you introduce all the level resources and then breed them with the apostle with no resources, this, I would say, out of 4 apostles, it's like 50%. It's like 50%. And it's not guaranteed, of course, it's just my results. But my results, I tend to get, out of 4, I get like 2. So you can see, let's go back to my apostles. You can see kind of my results here. So pretty much, these 3, 4, 5, they all carried everything over. Most of them carried them over. So my results are pretty good once you get to the point of breeding all the level 3 resources into an apostle with no resources. And what I also do is I breed generation 0 apostles together to produce generation 1 fast apostles. So this is something I mentioned multiple times, is that regardless of your generation 0's fertility, if you breed it with another generation 0, it will always produce a generation 1 apostle that's fast. So when you breed apostles with the same resource, sometimes it cancels it out, right? Or if it's kind of mix and match, it will cancel out and leave you with a apostle with no resource. If you're trying to introduce more resources into the next generation of apostle when breeding, you want a faster fertility apostle. I mean, just for best results, of course, or faster results, and you want a apostle with no resources when you introduce the resource levels from another apostle. So this will save you a lot of time. This will also save you a lot of resources, and it will maximize your ability to have better results. So I hope you guys learned something here. This is how to breed apostles and introducing resources into apostles, and hopefully this will give you your maximized results in doing so. So be sure to ask us questions at t.me/evolutionland9. I'm one of the administrators. But yes, I hope you guys learned something. Please like and subscribe, hit the post notification, and comment below on this video if you would like to get yourself one of these apostles, which will help you breed better. So I'll be selecting somebody at the end of the month on who will be winning some apostles. And so yeah, definitely comment below on this video and enter yourself into winning a free high level resource apostle. So yeah, hope you guys learned something. This is Crypto Hustler 101, your guide to cryptocurrency, and you guys have a great day, evening, and afternoon. Peace.